Okay, what's up, guys? I'm Modia94, and I'm back with another K-pop reaction. So, the topic of this video is going to be a bit different. Usually, I've been reacting to like shorter videos, like funny videos or music videos. But in one of the videos I reacted to, I saw something about like the controversy surrounding Blackpink, to do with Jennie and the apparent favoritism. So, on that video, I saw someone telling me about how to react to one of the videos about Jennie, and I saw this video. Actually, I like reacting to some controversial stuff because I know that the whole music scene is not one big happy place. I'm sure there's controversy surrounding people. So with the Jennie thing, I actually wanted to understand where that came from. So this video was called... Wait, let me check. Jennie, the villain of K-pop. Villain, in quotes, by Mira or Mera, I don't know. But anyway, the link's going to be in the description. So I want to see why people call her the villain, or why she seems to be the one that has the most hate out of all of them. So I want to see why. I want to understand what's happening here with Jennie and the fans, or the Blinks, or the I don't think it's Blinks. I think it's anti-Blinks, or whatever they call themselves, the haters. So I want to see, what's happening. I like this whole controversial stuff. So without further ado, let's watch.
Previously on Avatar.
What?
A disclaimer. I do not have all the facts. I'm sure Blinks themselves and Jennie fans have much more information than I do, so I defer to their greater wisdom in this case. As someone who's neither a Blink nor a Jennie fan, I've also tried to keep to the basics with this video.
Okay.
In the pursuit of transparency, I believe it's important that you know that I have criticized YG Entertainment in the past, and I still stand by those beliefs. I still have issues with YG as a company, but I think it's important for you to understand that my research on Jennie is separate from my opinions about YG. Jennie is a person. Even if you don't really like her, I need to hammer home that she is a person. Please keep that in mind.
Yeah, I think some people need to hear that.
Jennie Kim is a K-pop idol in the girl group Blackpink. She and her group are extremely well known both in South Korea and around the world. Jennie is undeniably Blackpink's it girl. She's the de facto center, and regardless of who's the most popular domestically or internationally, Jennie is the real face of Blackpink. She achieved superstar status practically from debut, and has been in the eyes of the public ever since. Jennie is also a very polarizing figure in both the fanbase and the industry at large. She may be, arguably, the most polarizing female idol of the generation. She's cultivated a reputation for being obsessively loved.
From the ones
and
I know, yeah,
hated.
I agree with that.
Jennie has been involved in numerous quote-unquote scandals, and of course, what people consider scandals differs wildly. However, it's the simplest term, even if misused to the point of detachment. Dating, stage presence, attitude, personality. All things Jennie has been tagged for various reasons with varying levels of outrage and rationality. Privileged, spoiled, and princess are all words that have been stuck to her over the years. There's a sort of mythology surrounding Jennie, a narrative within the fandom that she is the quote-unquote favored member of Blackpink, and that she, whether unintentionally or not, takes advantage of this favoritism to cut corners as an idol and as a member of Blackpink. This mythology eventually adopted the word lazy and has run rampant with it ever since. She's been drafted into a role in the K-pop narrative that constantly attracts negative attention, and I'd go so far as to say she's currently the #1 targeted K-pop idol for hate and slander. In the current generation, Jennie has basically become the evil supervillain of K-pop. Today, I wanted to crack down on why the fandom chose Jennie to be the center of so much hate in the K-pop mythos. 2010. Jennie joined YG in 2010. She was 14, not yet out of middle school if she were an American student. Entering any workforce at 14 is undeniably terrifying, and a workforce as competitive and dehumanizing as this one is definitely a life-impacting moment. A lot of people would argue that that's way too young to start becoming an idol, but companies allow this to have the cream of the crop trainees by the time they're young adults, if they even wait that long to debut them. Nonetheless, Jennie was a child when she entered the scene. While Jennie didn't debut until she was 20, she's been involved in the industry and the idol system since she was 14 years old. And remember, this is YG Entertainment's training system, which is notorious for its insane physical and emotional pressure. The K-pop industry is no stranger to human rights violations, and there's no real way to know exactly what happened during her formative years. Jennie described the trainee experience as, quote, really mean, going so far as to say it was, quote, a cold-hearted world.
진짜 냉정한 세계였어요. 매달 말에
Right. Let me remove
모든
this. You don't
YG
need it.
프로듀서분들 그리고 가끔은 아티스트분들 그리고 사장님이 꼭 오셔서 평가를 받는데 솔로곡 하나, 단체곡 하나,
Is that Lisa?
댄스곡 하나 이렇게 했는데
Of course it's Lisa in the
중간
blonde hair,
평가해야
yeah.
되지.
But that's not the point.
매주 찍는 일주일에 한 번씩 찍는 보컬 영상도 찍어야 되지. 팝핀 영상 찍어야 되지. 크럼프 영상 찍어야 되지. 할 게 너무 많았어요 매달. 그때는 뭐 하는 입장이어서 힘들었는지 잘 몰랐어요. 그냥 해야 돼. 그 있잖아요. 학교 다닐 때
2012. In April of 2012, YG Entertainment uploaded a photo of Jennie to their official blog without her name. She instantly drew attention, with people sharing and discussing the photo all over the internet. She was labeled the mystery girl of YG. People eventually uncovered her real name, and rumors began to fly that she would be a member of YG's upcoming new girl group. Jennie was the first member to ever be announced for Blackpink before the group name was even confirmed. Apparently, Jennie was supposed to debut in a girl group that year, but that was postponed to 2013, and again even later. There's something of a black hole in the timeline
she's
right
always
here.
been
The shape of this projected girl
person
group
that
changed
was supposed to
rapidly,
debut.
going from 10 members to 5, from 5 to 4. Debut would get closer and closer and then disappear, leaving the trainees involved either benched or inactive. August 8th, 2016. Finally, Blackpink as we know them debuted. They were YG's first girl group in nearly 6 years. Their debut was a blockbuster smash, and they shot to stardom almost instantly. Things were actually pretty great for the first 2 years. Blackpink released 3 songs in 2016 and 1 in 2017. The members promoted their songs on various music shows, at award ceremonies, all over television and the internet. Their popularity was immense and immediate, and so were the problems. Sometime around late 2016, the phrase YG's princess first appeared in reference to Jennie, but between 2017 and 2018, that's when the title became
already
stapled
had
to her
like
narrative.
some
Many fans and non-fans
fame
alike
before,
saw Jennie as receiving
so she
special
was like the
attention and
centerpiece.
favoritism from the company. There were different reasons with varying levels of truth and perspective, including but not limited to, Jennie is given the best or at least highest quality performance clothes. Jennie is styled to make her stand out from the rest of the group. Jennie is the most promoted member of Blackpink, receiving the most sponsorships, or at least the most important ones.
Wait, how does this work?
Be they
Was she?
modeling,
I
advertisement,
think they have
brand deals, whatever.
like the visual
These
member or
arguments began
something.
rising with fury
So
in
wasn't
the
she
middle
the?
of
If she was a
2017.
visual member, then
And while
doesn't
it
that make
seems a bit
sense? Why
early for a group to
they were
attract
promoting
so
her
much
that way?
conspiracy just a year after debut, there's a very definitive reason
I
why
think
so much speculation
that sets you up
exploded
for
in
listeners
2017.
anyway. If you're the visual member, people are gonna
2017.
focus on you more.
Right as the fandom
That's
and
not.
industry at
I
large
think they should
were
just
at
have
its
like a
hungriest
group. They
for
shouldn't have like a
content for
visual
Blackpink,
member.
YG decided they hate money and put the group on a year-long hiatus. That's a year-long hiatus from a group who were, at that point, basically rookies. Apart from advertising and the occasional live performance, the group practically vanished. They did release one song, As If It's Your Last, in the earlier half of the year, and boy did it seem like it was our last. The fans were stranded high and dry, and to say this caused frustration is an understatement. YG Entertainment had built unbelievable hype for Blackpink, and then gave the fanbase a big ol' middle finger and a cordial fuck you.
But I wonder, was that actually the deliberate? Maybe that was like part of the marketing. Because like, if they disappear, then you'd be building up. Maybe that was like a plan. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know if that's what it was. Maybe they
Confused,
actually
aggravated, and rightfully
like
angry,
planned for them
fans
to
and
disappear
non-fans
and then
began
come back.
digging into anything Blackpink that they could. MR removed videos, choreo comparisons, fan theories, plots to storm YG, anything and anything they could
Storm
to keep
YG.
Blackpink alive in their minds. Eventually, all things Blackpink became connected to this underlying frustration, and that frustration never fully washed out. As the hiatus stretched, so did the tensions. This is where shit began to hit the fan. During a few live performances, Jennie forgot some of the lyrics to their songs. Given
Hey.
industry standards for perfection, Jennie's previous dedication to precision, and the overall fandom frustration, it turned into something of a deal. People called her unprofessional, a mess, a whole host of other names. While claims of favoritism and spoiled behavior had existed since her debut, new fuel was suddenly added to the fire, and everything Jennie
All
did
these
was
comments.
labeled as a product of a spoiled princess getting away with absolutely anything she wanted. Jennie's public persona as an idol is one that relies on being an untouchable badass who doesn't give a fuck. So add that to the princess claims and you've got yourself a pretty unlikable reputation. Again, emphasis on reputation. This is how people saw Jennie, not necessarily who she really was. To allay discontent in the fanbase, the best thing to do would be to release a comeback before the year was out. Negative attention, positive attention, Blackpink was getting both, and YG was in perfect position to capitalize on it, as long as they could keep out of trouble for 10 seconds or so.
But did they capitalize on it? What? I mean, but who's Mix 9?
YG's contest project Mix 9 went Mount Vesuvius and exploded in great flaming chunks of shit. After scheduling the winning group for debut, YG canceled the entire thing and their finances collapsed. The company's revenue dropped by over 30% and they lost over $9 million. The failure of the show was so great that JYP replaced YG as the second highest earning company, and agencies cut ties with YG left and right. 2018. In May of 2018, Psy finally chose to value self-love and left YG for good. 2017 ended with no news about the return of Blackpink. Well, they reissued their original Japanese debut, so yay for that, I guess, but that was about it. For months, all that came out of them was the occasional live performance or interview show. The frustration boiled over into an all-out fan war. The words overhyped and overrated were appearing left and right. Many people were angry that YG Entertainment was benching such a popular group. Other people were angry that a group with so little content was even popular to begin with, and even more people were angry that others were angry at everyone else for being angry. Everyone was mad at everybody for absolutely everything all the time, and where on earth was Blackpink?
This was the comeback?
Oh, there they are. Finally, after 10,000 years, Blackpink had a comeback. Square Up was a major success, and its flagship track Da 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 was a commercial explosion. Finally, fans were getting content again. Except this time, things felt a little different. Right off the bat, people began commenting on Jennie's presence, noting a lack of expression, enthusiasm, and overall energy in both the music video and on stage. As the promotions for Da 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 ran on, it only got worse. More and more videos and fan cams began surfacing of Jennie's dancing during the era, and while music shows seemed average, concert footage did not. In September, YG announced Blackpink's first ever concert in Seoul. Controversy or not, people were ecstatic at the idea of seeing Blackpink perform live at their own concert. And from there, shit really hit the fan. Footage from the concert showed Jennie not participating in large amounts of choreography and making other mistakes on stage. Paired with the footage of numerous other performances that year, Jennie's dancing appeared to have greatly diminished. But with the maintained success of Blackpink throughout the hiatus, it probably wouldn't be that big of a deal, right? Oh my god, it was a disaster. This video no longer exists, but I think we all remember the big lazy dancing video comparing her dancing of previous years to this one. Something was totally wrong. Regardless of anyone's opinion on Jennie, this is objectively a problem. People paid money to see this concert, and so, from a consumer standpoint, this is inexcusable. And not just the sole concert, but others as well. From a fan standpoint, I imagine it's ridiculously disappointing. Add that to the fact that YG was obsessively striking down any video criticizing or even discussing Jennie, and you got yourself a right shitstorm. No one had any idea what was going on with Jennie, and to this day we have no definitive answers to what caused the quote-unquote lazy scandal. But the bashing was loud, harsh, and unrelenting. Many people called her lazy, spoiled, a brat, a danger to Blackpink, an insult to her members, a bitch, and everything but the kitchen sink. Objectively, Jennie's performances were not fair to the fans who had waited and paid money to see the group perform. There's no denying or getting around that. It's simply unacceptable and needed to be amended right away. But with that same objectivity, anyone can see that the backlash Jennie received wasn't going to win any morality awards. Fans and non-fans had decided that Jennie had forfeited the right to any human decency and began hacking away at her for any reason whatsoever.
I feel so bad for Rose, Jisoo and Lisa. They look like Jennie's backup dancers.
LMAO Papa YG can't take it when someone criticizes his precious princess.
So YG is deleting evidence I see, doesn't change the fact that Jennie has been incredibly lazy since 2017.
She's so hype when it's her part but being lazy when other parts come.
Agree, she's lazy. Feel bad for people who actually spent money to see this half-hearted performance.
Don't get what she's so lazy for. She doesn't even care for the fans who paid tons of money to attend the concert.
The fact that she got different clothes and stuff doesn't change that she is a lazy ass. Sorry, hun.
Come on, stop defending. It's obvious.
Hello, princess. Wake up. You're on stage. Each person paid $100 to watch you.
Obviously her 6 years of training have really served her nothing. Jennie perfectly knows that she is YG's favorite and knows how to take advantage of it. Shame on her.
Is she dancing or just walking on stage?
Oh,
The
this is a
problem was
lot.
there was genuine constructive criticism emerging at the time, but with so much hate flying around, actual criticism was either buried at the bottom or excused by overly protective fans who were labeling everything as hate and saying to hell with the whole thing. Something worth stressing. Most people are rational. The vast majority of K-pop fans weren't typing away on their keyboards slamming Jennie or compulsively defending her. The problem is that the less calm people often yell louder. And considering the fact that the international
vocal
fandom
minority,
is majorly
yeah.
internet-based, boom. Total chaos. Rumors began flying. Defensive fans scrambled left and right to come up with any sort of justification for Jennie's performance. Some people called back to her injury from 3 months back where she strained her ankle dancing, despite confirmations before the concert that she was healed. Others began theorizing about problems in her personal life. The word depression surfaced and people ran miles with it.
인터넷 접속하면 가장 뭘 해?
인터넷 잘 안 해.
하루에 제니 이름 몇 번 검색해?
빵번.
제니에게 일주일의 휴가가 주어진다면 하고 싶은 일은?
핸드폰을 바닷속으로 던지고 없앤 다음에 잠수. 그러니까 없어지기. 아무도 날 찾을 수 없게.
I'm not Jennie's therapist, you're not Jennie's therapist. While being aware of mental health is really important, more often than not, fandoms will use it as a shield for certain situations and then completely abandon it the second it no longer suits them. For example, Blinks showed up in droves to preach the importance of mental health during Jennie's quote-unquote lazy scandal, and then went completely silent when abuse victims criticized Blackpink's bruised photo cards, calling it not a big deal. Again, a small percentage, but it goes to show that fandoms are fickle. On top of that, Jennie's mental health is her personal privacy. Diagnosing others with mental illness is extremely messed up
It's
for
a
a lot of
lot.
reasons. It's
Like-
disrespectful to people with depression and the people you're diagnosing whose life and health you don't really know about. I truly believe many fans just wanted to protect Jennie and help her and show her support, but diagnosing others is a slippery slope, and it can be dangerous to her career.
But wait, you know the part about the injury? Like, that's what I was thinking. Like, there's the part where she had the red dress. She really does look like she's injured. So that's what I'm thinking, that maybe it's just a case that she was injured and they were just not saying anything. They didn't want it to be like, I don't know. But I don't think anybody's going to be that lazy, because the thing is, for me, if you go through the trainee system, then I don't think you can be called lazy, because what you hear about that happens there is so much. It's such a strong, like, training system that I don't think anybody can be lazy. Maybe they can not work as hard as when they were trainees, fair enough, but I don't think you can't be a lazy person and go through that trainee system, no matter how talented you are, because when you go there, you're an unknown person. So even if you're talented, they'll just be like, scrap them. I mean, I don't know. But I think I'll probably go with she was probably injured, but some of these, she does look like she's not trying as hard. But I don't. So let
Or
me see the
even
rest
her
of
own
the
image
video.
of herself. Needless to say, this would have been a great time for the company to step in and respond to growing tensions. YG Entertainment needed to handle this with tact and settle the mess with as little controversy as possible.
And did they?
Instead, they did this.
Ah! Oh yeah, solo song. That just makes it worse. Yeah, that's funny.
In 2018, Jennie had her solo debut. Her song Solo quickly became one of the most controversial releases of the year. It seemed that all that talk about favoritism was actually being confirmed. YG did say the other girls would get solos, but as of the making of this video, none of them have been released or even discussed. And here's where it gets worse.
Nah, but I
Jennie's
watched the
dancing
documentary
during
and
performances
they said
of
that
her
Rose
solo
was getting a
song
solo.
were some of her best performances of the year,
But that's like 2 years
causing
after
people to
this.
attack her once again for allegedly favoring her own solo.
Maybe people said that she's sick or tired, but why when she's performing solo she's energetic? For me, real Blackpink members are Jisoo, Rose and Lisa.
Why is she the only one with a solo song? The other girls worked hard too.
Weirdo YG gonna be angry now. His spoiled princess is exposed again.
I feel bad for people who paid to see Jennie. Has going solo made her stuck up as well?
After all that, there was no full group comeback for the rest of the year, and Jennie continued to promote solo all the way through the end of 2018. And if you thought the year would end peacefully,
You haven't been.
people were bashing her for the way she sat at award shows, for her face during other performances, for the way she walked down aisles, for picking up a blanket. The woman couldn't breathe without violating some sort of oxygen quota. The only good thing that came out of all this mess was this iconic performance of solo.
Okay.
And that was the disaster that was 2018. 2019. This brings me to one of the genuine villains of K-pop, Dispatch. On the first fucking day of 2019, Dispatch, a scandal-breaking network, revealed...
Okay, I've heard about Dispatch. Like, they normally like post pictures of people who are dating, because the K-pop dating scene is like, it's not necessarily like they ban you from dating, but it's very secretive. It's not like you can't just have like a Justin Timberlake dating a Britney Spears and like everyone's like, oh, okay. No, it's gonna be like as if you have to be so secretive. So that means that she was also one of the people that they called.
That Jennie and EXO member Kai were dating.
Listen, you
Kai.
son of a
Yeah,
bitch.
okay, no Kai.
What the fuck's your problem? You get in my face with that, I'll beat your goddamn ass, you son of a bitch. You piece of shit. You fucking goddamn fucker. Listen, fuckhead. You have fucking crossed the line.
The photos showed up everywhere, and eventually Kai's company, SM Entertainment, confirmed that the two were dating. YG, on the other hand, had trouble discerning romantic partners and Uber drivers. Bless their hearts, they have no idea how to handle anything, do they?
I'm sorry, what? So wait. Let me get this straight. So what they're trying to say is that Jennie ordered an Uber, and then it just so happened to be Kai. So Kai was driving an Uber. Kai from EXO was driving an Uber to pick up Jennie and walk. Okay, so they went for a walk after. So why would her Uber driver do that? That's just dumb. That's stupid.
People began to badmouth Jennie on principle, saying that she was breaking her contractual dating ban and YG was letting her get away with it. This is sort of misleading, as YG's dating ban holds effect only until you debut as an idol. Jennie was perfectly within her rights to date freely, but remember, the K-pop industry thrives on idols appearing available, and secret dating between idols can reflect badly on
So there is no dating
reputations.
ban. That's what I was saying.
It was especially controversial for Jennie to be dating another idol when the memory of Hyuna and E'Dawn was still fresh. Of course, Jennie's not responsible in any way for Cube or the industry's messed up standards, but she got flack for it anyway. As soon as it all started, the relationship was over. Kai and Jennie broke up at the beginning of 2019 for reasons we'll probably never know but can damn well guess at. Once again, Blackpink was on hiatus and people were pissed. And that's the basics of it. After looking at all of this, Blackpink in general has a frustrating mythos. They only have 13 songs, no full album, and often disappear for long periods of time. Music-wise, Blackpink has never truly stopped being rookies. Jennie, being the primary face of Blackpink, often centers these feelings of frustration on her. People see Jennie with her badass persona, her colder faces, and her rougher patches in her career, and all that frustration can come smashing down in full force. Because Blackpink doesn't have enough content for people to feast on, they've created their own fan version of the K-pop world where Jennie is some evil person to be destroyed. They made her into a Bond villain who wanted to leave the group and destroy the other members' success and not give a shit about fans, because it was more fun to have someone to target than to face the fact that YG Entertainment is ultimately a faceless company that can't be attacked. People couldn't bully YG into giving them music, but they sure as hell could take out their anger on Jennie. Fandoms need villains. They strive on having people to uphold like gods and people to tear down as scum. Jennie was in the perfect position to become the latter. So there it is. It's a mixed bag with no real
Yeah, that's what I mean.
binary
Yeah, she
answer.
seems injured
Jennie
here. Like
dropped
she's
the ball
holding her
during
back.
her 2018 performances. That's true. but fans bullied her for months on end. YG Entertainment gave her a solo they knew would stir up controversy at the end of her reputation, and Dispatch subjected her relationship to the public. And now, you are all caught up. So, where's Jennie now?
My favorite video. I mean, the music video for Kill This Love. Yeah, so she's dancing well now.
Fans remarked that her stage presence came back in a big way during the Kill This Love era, bringing back that power she's known for. Not only have her domestic performances improved, but her traveling ones as well. I couldn't give two shits about Coachella, but if you listen to Jennie speak at the concert, you could hear just how much she loved being there, and you could see just how much hard work she'd put into it. Many people genuinely forget how loved Jennie is by the other members of Blackpink. The way Jisoo, Rosé, and Lisa talk about her and interact with her speaks volumes about what she's like behind the scenes. They love her,
They do
truly,
seem close,
and
but
not just them, but
I'm
other
not
idols
always
as well, like
sure.
Irene and
Because
Nia.
usually, like,
I'll leave this off by saying that
when
I
you see
admire
things
Jennie
like this,
for coming through
it
the
could
other
be
side,
like
and I hope this
stage
villain narrative is
managed, but
finally buried
they
in
do
the
seem
dirt.
genuine.
I also hope that the people who felt hatred towards Jennie find peace in the upcoming year where they feel better and don't need to say cruel things about others online. I hope that Blinks get the comebacks they want and we can all just take a break and enjoy things that we enjoy. And that's the video. Thanks for watching, good luck to Jennie, and I'll talk to you all soon.
Right. So that was informative. Okay, now I feel like I'm caught up on all this controversy. But like, these kind of members that have both hatred and love, like someone like Jennie, they get the most clicks on like social media, YouTube videos, all sorts of things. So it almost seems to make the most sense to like make her have the first solo because everyone's going to talk about it. And so Blackpink was always on people's minds then. Even if they weren't releasing content there, everyone kept talking about them. That's what it seems like. I think it also has to do with the fact that there's 4 members only, so each one member can get focus, like full focus whenever they want. Because there's only, like, if you have a band that has like 11 people, it's harder to stand out. So maybe the fact that there's 4 people also, and also the fact that she was probably the most popular even before they debuted apparently. So I think that already like fanned the flame. So when they came time to do her solo, obviously others were like, why not the other girls? Why not Lisa? Why not Jisoo? Why not? But yeah, so I understand. If I'm a marketing expert here, I'm trying to, let's say I'm a marketing expert, I would pick Jennie to start with because of how much people talk about her. But I think from a human side of things, usually with these kind of things, you do see things about you online. I know that she said that she doesn't check the internet, but I'm sure she would have seen something at some point, and no one really likes to see all that. Like, so I think from a human perspective, it would have been better to either delay the solo or maybe get the other girls to do solos as well. It seems like, as of recently, according to this anyway, that they've gone off her back a bit, you know, she's performing better now. I don't know what that was all about. She did look injured at times, like when she had the red dress. But now everything seems to be going better, and I'm obviously new to this, so the first I saw was Kill This Love, and she performed really well in the music video. And I've seen dance practice of that, and she also performed really well. So I didn't see all these other ones in the past, but from what I've seen, she always seems to. I haven't really noticed this so-called lazy, because I didn't see most of these videos until this particular video, so I never really noticed it myself. But yeah. So the actual video itself is really well done. It's by Mira. The link's going to be in the description. It already has plenty of views, but if you want to give it more views, then no problem. It's right there. You can check it out. But yeah, so if you like this video, click on the thumbs up. Leave comments for me, tell me what you liked, or even what you didn't like about my video or this video, or what you think about Jennie, Rose, Lisa, Jisoo, or Blackpink in general. And finally, if you want to see more content like this, then click on that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you soon.